So you are $1,000 richer coming up at 9 o'clock with another $1,000 hour. Also got that big game hookup to get you a 55-inch 4K smart TV. Also going to get you set up with gear from the weekend when the weekend's medley plays. Of course, he's performing at the halftime show of the big game. So that's coming up, man. Channel 933, it's Geena, it's producer Chris, it's Jawan over here doing some video at Geena and Frankie on Instagram. My name is Frankie V, and my phone will not stop getting text messages since you've mentioned that we have to call you Dr. Geena. Everybody wants to know why.
Everyone needs me to be the second. What do they call this when you go for second advice?
Second opinion.
Yeah, I need to be the second opinion.
On yourself.
I could do it on other people now, okay?
Oh, you can? Oh,
yes.
wow, okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
So this is what happened. So,
hold on, time out. So if you're you think you're going to die and the doctor says, just call Geena, she'll let you know.
If you need some common sense in your life, call me and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second, okay? So I got an MRI. There's a lot of stuff going on with me health-wise, if you've been following, whatever. We don't need to go through all that. But early in December, I got an MRI. MRI goes through your whole body because they really wanted to see what was going on with me.
Is that, for those that haven't gotten one, is that when you go into the tube, like they put you into the tube?
And they really examine, and it's like an hour, and they really examine like everything that's going on.
Are you completely naked when you go in that thing?
They put you a gown on you.
Got you.
So anyway, I did that in December, right? And so my doctor called me. He's a surgeon, one of the top surgeons in San Diego. He says, we got your MRI results, and he starts going through like everything. And, I have fibroids. He could see that. I have a cyst. He could see that. He's all, but there's something on your cervix, and I don't know what it is. It could be this, it could be that. And he's going through all these options like scaring, but we really don't know what it is. So
for us guys, cervix area is like this.
It's down there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
He's like, you can't feel anything. You don't see anything. I'm no. He's like, and when I examined you, I didn't see it because he made it seem like it was like right there somewhere. So I'm like, no, there's nothing there. I don't know. He's like, okay, let me see. So anyway, he refers me to a radiologist because we were trying to do this procedure of fibroid embolization, right? So the radiologist is looking, they can explain everything else, but he's like, I don't know if I could do this because then there's like something right here on your cervix and we don't know what it is, right? And I'm like, so I'm kind of worried. I'm Googling. No one can figure out what this thing. So now we're going into this all through December.
Googling? What do you Google? Like something on my cervix?
Yes, like
an
what
MRI?
could be there? Yes.
Doctor says there's something there?
Yes. Because they can't figure it out. It's like a mystery, right?
Yeah.
And he's a radiologist. There's a, surgeon, whatever. And so then I was like, okay. And they're like, we're going to have to go in. We're going to have to do all these tests. Like they brought up all these big words that they're going to have to go just to figure out what this one thing is. That's just one part of like many things I have to do, right? I'm like, great, another thing, right? So now we're into January and I just kind of gave it a break. I'm like, I don't want to decide what to do. My doctor calls me again, like this was like a week ago, maybe, or a few days ago. He explains it, have you decided what you want to do? And then I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, we could do this, but we're going to have to go back in again to see what this is in your cervix, right? And I'm like, the heck, how can they not figure out what is it? MRI, you're supposed to be able to see anything. And it dawns on me. And I tell the doctor, I said, doctor, I'm not going to say his name, doctor, do you think it could have been a tampon?
So it was your time of the month.
Wow.
You went and got an MRI.
I didn't know you were. I didn't know you were supposed to wear tampons in an MRI.
Well, that's news to me.
So then,
I didn't know that either.
Well, I don't know if it is because someone else said you could, but the fact that no one realized that it could have been that, and we've been discussing this since early December. Okay, He starts laughing. He says, that could very, very well be it. Let me go relook at your things again, and then he starts laughing. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a tampon right there.
Wow.
So I saved myself a surgery, which is kind of crazy, right? So my advice is like, trust your intuition. I knew that there was nothing there. I knew that's not where my problem areas are, right? Yeah. But then it just dawned on me like, oh, it's a tampon. So yes, the mystery solved. It was a tampon.
Can I be honest though?
Yes.
At no point in time do we call you Dr. Geena because you realize
sometimes doctors lack common sense. Like, let's think outside the box. They're looking for cysts, fibroids. I'm like, oh, that's probably a tampon.
Right. So then can you look at the rash on my foot still?
Yes,
or like,
yes,
no.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
all right.